without your love. Without your love. Turning pages, communication, maybe focus on the basics. Well, let's face it, being open isn't easy as they say it. I got issues, yeah, you got them too. Our feelings too bruised to fight. We can say a lot in a little bit. Pressure in our minds made us throw a fit. But got that kind of love and that ain't counterfeit. It's foolish and useless without your love. Without your love. We can say a lot in a little bit. Pressure in our minds made us throw a fit. But got that kind of love and that ain't counterfeit. It's foolish and useless without your love. Without your love. We can say a lot in a little bit. Pressure in our minds made us throw a fit. But got that kind of love and that ain't counterfeit. It's foolish and useless without your love.
I dream of you, I dream of you, I dream of you all the time. I dream of you, I dream of you, I dream of you all the time. I dream of you, I dream of you, I dream of you all the time. I dream of you, I dream of you, I dream of you all the time. I dream of you, I dream of you, I dream of you all the time. I dream of you. Dream of you, dream of you all the time. Dream of you, dream of you, dream of you all the time. Dream of you, dream of you, dream of you.
times we met. Yeah, I've been feeling lost somewhere deep within. No, I can't turn back, I need that grin, that loving. You say you want it, baby, take this in. You're feeling spent, but I know you want it, I know you want it. Oh girl, you know what I've been through. I don't know if I can do this on my own, no, no. Oh baby, tell me what to do. I don't know if I can do this on my own, no. I've been drinking, think I'm faded, way too much, don't think I'll make this on my own, no. Well, fuck it, I'm just saying, I don't know if I can go through this alone, on my own. Oh, nah, nah, nah.
This thing sucks. Alright, we're good to go. You can hear me now. Sorry, I was sitting on my screen. The green screen, as you may have seen, that kind of delayed me starting. Anyway, the mic's fixed too, so we're good to go. If you didn't catch the last stream, you can get it, you can still see it on Twitch or YouTube. It is uploaded there. Granted, these aren't in a super great format or anything, but it is something.
B is a debugging thing.
God damn it. Yeah, sorry about that. So, yeah, there's the video. If you didn't catch the first stream. Now, if you did and you're here, great. We can continue on with our malware analysis that I had retro hunted in VirusTotal and saw that I was a little bit off on my rule. But, so, basically, we set up a VM with Windows 10. We installed the Flare-On runner script because it's probably the easiest thing to get going for most people. I would recommend a few other things for a true analyst environment, but for now that was good enough to kind of get us going and allow us to use some basic stuff. There's a lot of tools on there, don't get me wrong, but it turns out there's billions of tools you need in the profession of analyzing malware or anything in that nature. Maybe not billions. I might be off by like one or two, you know. So, anyways, thanks for everybody that's tuned in nice and early. Really appreciate that. Well, I got everything going. So let's just dive right into it. We were checking out malwaretrafficanalysis.com because it was a good place to grab some samples and go through and be like, hey, you know, this is the sample, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Because it has some nice stuff to where, like, hey, he provides you a nice, essentially, intel report. And then you could take that and make it into rules and detect other pieces of that malware. It was a good place to start from because we already knew it was essentially malware. So, but as you saw last time, we ran strings against it. Strings, and it's like dash A for like ASCII, and then we can do, you know, the file name, which I don't remember. There's our bins. So yeah, we ran it like that, and you can have an output to the terminal or concatenate it to a file with the arrow. So like output strings.txt, and then if you use the type command, you can look at that output, right? Because it's kind of like cat for Linux. And then you can identify those strings. Now, last time I had started a rule on virus total. I believe the rule is in here. Did I? Close. Yeah, I did write the rule. Alright. So open with, edit with Notepad++. And this is, I think, the rule I was playing with last. I don't think it's the one I want. Let me go get the most recent rule. I forget what I put into like virus total hunting. I would show this to you, but I can't right now. Rule sense. Here, I can show it to you now. This is the rule I got to. I added a couple of the API checks for like get process C, process address, get tick count. These aren't necessarily malicious, they're definitely Windows API calls. But along with this other data that's common in known good samples, that is a more leaning towards this. It's not a great rule yet. I was trying to do something without regex to keep it easy. I shouldn't have done that. It's too hard. But anyways, as always, feel free to ask questions anytime in the chat. Reach out to me over email, whatever works best for you. If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to comment in the comments, and I will get back to you as soon as I see that message. But for everybody else that's here, feel free to throw it in chat. Obviously, if you ask a question, there's somebody else that probably wants to know the answer, but just doesn't want to ask the question. Like, why are you so stupid? And to that, I have no answer. But then I would ask, why are you here? You know, it kind of goes around. I'm just messing around. I'm not very funny, and I know that, but we try. We try really hard. All right. So, back to the things. We opened it up in our hex editor, 010, which I did recommend in the chat, so feel free to check that out. Pretty nice application. See here, TA501. Let's go look at the rules that we're hitting on that. So notifications. I have it open in another window, I'm sorry. Again, I have to look at it slightly in a different view because, yes. All right, so as you can see, there's all these hits. It doesn't look like anything else is hitting in here other than this ICE ID rule. So we can see all of these are detecting. Now, one of the things I do is I'm like, oh, well, this is clearly looks like a false positive. Why do I say that? Well, first, it's kind of large. It has no detections. That's number 2. Number 3, it's Chrome driver.exe. So there's a high chance that this is actually a Chrome driver. Now, they put it on there. They got a bunch of executions from Joe Security. It's just internal information, content. So what we can do is look at I apologize. Let me go ahead and change that. And then what's going on here? Okay. Is that better? Okay, cool. Sorry about that. I apologize. Alright, so we're looking at a Chrome driver exe that looks legitimate based on the number of hits, and the size of the sample is quite large. It does kind of look like a Chrome driver. We're going to kind of confirm that now. I don't really feel like looking through a fucking 9 meg file. Thanks for tuning in, Ken. Good to see you again. Well, I mean, virtually, but good to have you. Welcome. Alright. Interesting strings are nothing interesting. This is all standard shit. There's literally nothing interesting, basically. It's trying its hardest to find something interesting. Is it signed? Could this be an easy way to be like, this is legit? No, it's not fucking signed. Oh, good job. God damn it. Why is the ICE ID actually signed? What? I didn't verify it. This is definitely what we're looking for. So, I can definitely say this isn't what this is what we're looking for. This other one, the Chrome driver, if you look at it based on our ICE ID profile, this isn't what we're looking for. It's way larger. Obviously, that's not necessarily a dead giveaway, but I think the biggest things here, yeah, that's what I was trying to find. The company that created it and the signer. For the other samples, they have a company name. It's fake. It's obviously fake. So if we look at one that it is, we can see it based on this file information, version information. It has like def main or circle DLL, and this weird copyright lady child, which is different than the description. So it's kind of weird that our company name would be different than our copyright. Yeah. And that's actually, while it looks unique, they changed that in every sample, basically. At least from what I've seen. Yeah, so you see now it's like Egg Effect Corporation, all rights reserved. Egg Effect Mount Wind? What the fuck? Like, internal name. Windows History Direct Floor. Like, that's where it gets weird. It's like, and it's got this, like, weird path for the PDB. Welcome, Bear. Analyze. Oh, sorry. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. I'm bad at talking. But hello, Bear. Welcome. Let me ask you something. Are you a Star Wars fan? I mean, I've seen the Star Wars movie. I wouldn't say I'm like a diehard fan or anything. Yeah, see, this looks like it. This is a nice ID sample right here, even though detection seems way low. I don't know why. It's pretty obviously it. I know they're doing some weird shit here with this guy. Someone's been playing around in assembly info. So they don't have this. Like, it happens, but it's not consistent, right? Like, the build path is always something really long, but something not the same. So, like, it's not even the same drive letter here. But it is, like, something really long. So, I guess this is what I hate doing. I hate doing rules that have regex stuff, because VirusTotal fucking hates it for the most part, so it makes it very hard for me to hunt for it. Darn, I've been searching for a Star Wars fan, but I couldn't find any. There's a whole kingdom for that. I'm sure there's actually a whole Twitch set of games that involve that. So if you're looking for Star Wars fan, you could definitely find them. So we'll just I'm gonna call you Angry for short. Angry Albino Hour is your technical Twitch name. Asks, would it be safe to assume that Windows legitimate release files would not have debug artifacts or debugging information attached? To that I say, no fucking idea. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. What you should do I guess that is an answer. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But for a more technical answer, what we could do here is go, where's my file? File? Alright. So say, like download sysinternals. So these are all released by Windows, right? So if we did like a SHA sum here and we're like, boom, give me that hash. And then we're like, go to virus total and plug in said hash. Oh, come on, virus total. You're supposed to take the hashes out of the junk. Shitters. Alright. To give you a similar interface here. Do you know where you can search to find them? You can search Windows. Fresh install Windows. You can see plenty of files released by Windows. Sysinternals is another one you can go and download. Strings.exe or those, psexec.exe, and you can come in here and then, like I did, as I checked the file. So like this is one from Microsoft. You see that it's assigned. It's got a valid signature. It's got the proper copyright. It's a sysinternals project. He's like, hey, this is not my fault.exe or whatever. And we can see it has a lot of similar shit where they do have a debug path. But this one's more consistent, right? Where like, that is probably something that's in many, right? Where like, if I click on that, we can see that not my fault always has that path. They use the same. There's two different versions of it. Yeah, and it's signed by the Microsoft root CA. There's that. There's other things you can do. Sometimes stuff's not signed, but that's fine. You can still figure it out sometimes just based on looking at older versions and comparing them. That's like the easiest thing to do if you like don't know yourself. It's just like find a version of that file you know is legitimate, and then look at its strings. And you can generally tell pretty quickly. But yeah, you can see this has a bunch of fax information. There's nothing like weird going on with it. It's got all our imports and stuff. The question is like, how do I reduce my false positives, right? Like, so that's what's hitting us right now. And for that, I'm just gonna look at a couple samples here and be like, hey, let's look at, the interesting ones. So obviously it tells you, hey, there's this PDB which is unique, which it is, but like if I were to search that, it's not going to be super helpful. Yeah, I mean, actually, like, it's more about the build, like what it is itself, right? Where like this is obviously not a legitimate application. I've never seen anyone with their computer name their user either have a folder in there called during double 87 rows 38 miss steed process 77 95 80 and division. So but those aren't repeating things. That's important to remember, is that while it has some of these other things, it doesn't mean necessarily that all of the samples that ICE ID has it, right? So other.dll, right? That's what this is. Okay, so that's interesting. I don't think the other one had that weird padding, did it? Ooh. There we go, I can use that one. That one's pretty unique. Yeah, the copyrights, but they changed it every sample, which makes it not actually helpful to search for because you're trying to find something that allows you to detect them. But when they change the sample a little bit. So the build path changes every time. They use a different DLL name every time. They use a different company name every time. And it looks like they're switching up the formats. I haven't seen enough samples to quite know if, like, they're using the same word list, essentially, which I'm sure they are. It's probably programmed, so at some point, if I had enough samples, like millions, I could probably deduce that back and be like, hey, you know, we could do a big list, but when it's only one thing like that, it doesn't actually help our rule out and make it better. So here's our rule. I'm going to add string 24 here. So, and at some point, I should make these more unique, where it's like, you know, Windows API calls, matches all Windows API calls, and then it has some of these other generic, because these aren't like unique to the malware. They're unique in the sense that the malware uses them together. Don't know how complex that strings filter is, such as finding multiple lines containing copyright where they don't match. It's exact. I mean, you can do some non-exact stuff, but the point is that in each sample it's different, right? And they haven't really reused anything. Not enough to, like, consistently have a word list off, like, 20 samples. You probably need a few thousand to really build a word list off the words that they're using, because it's so random that I haven't seen a ton repeat. So if I save this rule and I'm like, hey, I want to rerun this guy, and we're going to run it against our samples, we'll notice that it doesn't actually match anymore against any of our samples. So this guy is actually, it's not in these other samples, so they just keep changing it. But why is it failing? Fucking match. I am annoyed. So one company name shows up on both, the longest string with copyright. Let me show you. So in the ones I have open right now, we have one made by Plain Study Captain Light, the Plain Study Corporation, with a copyright of 2015. And another sample we have Push DLL with the Fire Yet description, Lone Shout company name. The product name is Lone Shout Fire Yet. 2011 Lone Shout Corporation. Still, in just those two samples, radically different. Let's go to another one. 0201. So these are using the same thing, except they're from a very similar time frame in the campaign, and are the most similar samples. So 215 3. So 3. Let's go to 3. You'll see that now it's hat insect description Steam row with a C2 server of cutgreen.net. 2015 Steam Row Corporation. So they've used 2015 now twice. Yeah. Oh, I kind of went over that last stream, so like I should have just kind of like done a summary, so it would have been easy to kind of sync up with where I was at. So apparently whatever I've added to this rule in the meantime makes it no longer fucking detectable on any of the fucking samples. which is neat. Let's do 20 of them. So that matches them all. 21 of them. Still matches them all. 22 of them. No more. So if I did like all, right? And I'm like, hey, real quick, let's just like remove these two. Run the rule. Still doesn't work. So it's not those. I could... Did I fuck up the rule? Ah. You can make it do that. 2 dead rules. It's not that they're dead, it's just that newer samples were using them. They're changing these quite quickly. And it's like the hard part is like when you go after samples like Ice ID, these are the fastest, most changing pieces of malware. It is much easier to write signatures for APT generated malware because you have less of them and they don't change them very much, and they rarely use a lot of obfuscation because that makes the detection higher. Yes, not necessarily at first, but afterwards, much higher to get looked at. So they don't typically use those. Depends on your group. So I'm looking at the strings that hit right here, so it's like, shows me exactly what's hitting. It's this get tick count that doesn't seem to be hitting on these others. Alright, so that helped a lot. What I did was change the 64 part of that. Thank you for the follow there, Angry Albino Hour. Really appreciate that. And I really appreciate you asking and talking in the chat. Always appreciate it. It's really good to have somebody talking. It keeps it interesting. So I changed that and it still hits. So back to my rule. So some of them are, but we don't necessarily need that, right? Like, it's not the most important thing. So let's try 22 of these now. We don't match fucking yet. Okay, so that means it's probably the create thread pool timer. Yep. So one more dead rule. Good spot? Yeah. So
To the strength of a true bomb, flying high over the heads of a root mob, staying at the revolution of the whole clock, kill 'em all with love. I don't care if they're talking about us.
one of the things we can do here is be like 21 of this. full of shit, guys. I know what's in there. There's fucking 2 there, what? So, what I'm trying to say is that there's 2 hits of this sleep. Like, if it matches twice. So, the string, you're looking at the actual string part. So if I did like sleep 1, you can't actually use the same fucking name. So wonder if I do like 2 of it like this. Yeah, it's wrong. Oh, it's sleep 1. I'm stupid. No? Am I fucking dumb? I am. Ah, I gotcha. Yeah. That makes sense. So it's like, hey, fuck you. What is it? What am I dumb for? Okay, I know what we can do. Watch this. This is better. So, if we did and number sleep 1 greater than 1, I believe. Cool. That seems to have worked. Yeah, I just looked up the docs as well. So for everybody else that wasn't Googling hard along with us, here is the link for that. If I could fucking... What? Streamlabs, no! You fuckers! Don't do that. Streamlabs got mad. Let me go whitelist you, or allow you to post in my thing without being blocked. That'd be helpful, wouldn't it? Oh wait, it's no longer Streamlabs. It's like they moved it fucking to the dumb shit. What is it called? Didn't they move it to a new page? I forgot. I get all confused here. It's no longer Streamlabs, they moved it, like... I don't understand. It's oh cool. So both are working right now. Awesome. It's Stream Elements. So Stream Elements wasn't fucking, or Stream Labs wasn't working the other day. So I went to Stream Elements and got that working. And now it seems one of them, the other one is working too. Fucking stupid. User management. Add. I don't know what that means. So try to post that again. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. We got it. I figured it out. I'm only sort of bad at streaming. I know, it's mostly, let's be honest. It's okay. Alright, he got the link, I got the link. It's a good link. Alright. So this is what it's like writing malware rules. You change a few things, you try shit, you Google a few things, and then you iterate that continuously. And that's pretty much it. It's not that you have to be an incredibly intelligent person as much as you... Oh, there's 4 in there. Hmm? So if I were to like... What? That, my friend, just doesn't make fucking sense. How the fuck did it... But you're printing... There's 3 of them, I see it. Sleep, sleep, sleep. Oh, I'm fucking stupid. That's why. There's a string that's called sleep, and I forgot about that. I thought I took it out. Nope. Just fucking stupid, sorry. My brain. That was the problem. Use your keyboard. Something, something. Oh. Alpha thingy space upper right X digit blank. Is debugger present? Get system as file time. Load is library. Processor feature present. PDB get process address. Create thread pool timer. Get tick count. So that don't seem to show up in them all there. So 19 20 Okay, that worked. Looks like we're not hitting all of them though. But it is an improvement. We can go to sleep to be in 3 now. Well, actually I think we want to make sleep equal to 4. Because it seems to happen like that. Fuck you guys. What did I fuck up? Okay. I think there's more than that. Let's see. Sleep, sleep. Am I drunk? Oh, that's why I saw it too. It's because it was in the fucking strings. So I'm just dumb. Boom. $sign or pound DLL greater than 5, I think? I could be wrong. I am wrong. What for? I know there's a fucking DLL in there. Don't lie to me, you fuckers. There you go. Actually, I don't think there's a DLL in every fucking sample, which is kind of annoying, but... 1, 2, 3, 4, not a 5, not a 6, but a 7, not an 8, a 9, not a 10, and not an 11, but a 12 through 15 is hit. Yeah, I am. But that's like kind of what we're trying to make the rule a little bit more accurate. There might be a bigger change here we have to modify for. As to where, so some of the samples are vastly different where it has all these SD or S card established connect like Windows API calls, and so they're quite a bit different. We're starting to get into where like they made some kind of change in the malware, and like I just started looking at this shit. It's not like I'll look at this for my day job, so I think this is a decent rule. I really want it to be not so false positive-y, where it starts to become a little bit more accurate. We're going to leave one rule more open, so it still false positives a little bit, so I can collect some of the greater samples for testing against to not match against. And once I have a better idea what those are, I can know what to exclude, which is a really good one. Yeah, I think that's maybe another rule set for that group, at least for now. Maybe if I get enough of them, or enough of like the false positives that I can be like, well, if this string is in there, I definitely know it's not what I'm looking for. And sometimes that's the most efficient way to go about that. You can be like, well, I know Microsoft samples and it flags on a lot of them or something like the Chrome driver, where you could be like, well, if it has Google in it, don't flag, for example, where it might be signed by Google or copyright Google or something like that, where you could find something that's unique to the Chrome driver to exclude it. So anything that contains that string, it doesn't match against. That's another way to go about it. So I just wanted to get this to be a little bit more accurate. As to, you know, when we looked at our buyer's total report feed here, we could see that, you know, it's doing fairly well. We see that there's this Chrome driver it's matching against that it probably really shouldn't. GetResolution.exe, it's being claimed as malicious. It could be. Yeah, that kind of actually looks like malware. That's definitely malware, right? Gotta be. Maybe it's not malware. Well. Okay, it's definitely malware. Why has it only got one detection then? Oh. So, it got detected at one point, but apparently it's not malware, even though this looks... Someone wasn't apparently trying to develop malware, but they did a really good job at emulating it. Why the fuck is this written with... You're telling me this is fucking legit? What? See, these are some executable artifacts from how it was generated in Visual Studio, I believe. Set file name, critical calculation, lots of funky strings. Yeah, a lot of assertions. It's super fucking weird. It's like, that stuff you normally see like fucking malware do, where they're like, get console window, get current process, fucking terminate process. Like, why the fuck is it doing that? There's like no reasons for most applications to ever fucking do that, but here they are, being dicks. And the WMIC is super weird. I mean, I guess. But I just gotta know one thing. I don't like it. Terrible, terrible hit. All right. Are you ready? So, I mean, it's doing fairly well otherwise. I don't know what the fuck. We keep matching these Chrome drivers, right? Yeah. So if we go to details, file's not signed. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's probably what that is, actually. Fucking importing it like a goddamn asshole. How big is the bitch? It's only 121 kilobytes, though. Super fucking weird. And it was executed by fucking malware. Fine. We can use his DLL or executable stuff registration. So if we add that to our rule, or we're like, So say we're like uint16 equals mz basically, and file size blah. We're gonna put that at the end though. This, I don't like using fucking file size, but I guess. Still matches our shit. For the most part, we lost some there, didn't we? We never had 5, but it looks like we lost. Maybe not. Nope. God damn it, I wish this was Linux. I'd be like WC-L. But it's not gonna work, is it? Oh, hey, fuck, that works. Sweet. I'm dumb. I'm sorry. I'll try to be smarter for everybody. We're good to go. WC-L gives you the count of the output, which makes it really easy for this. Yeah, you gotta really love it when Linux gives you power, or Windows gives you the power of Linux. Alright. So I can actually sort of test my rules on here. I'm used to doing this on Linux, to be clear. I do most of my YAR rule testing on Linux or through my web interface for my web platform. Mostly because, like, it's a lot easier to store the samples. Other people can upload the samples. We can all test them. Then you don't have to have, like, 50 gigs of malware stored on your box to, like, have a good test set. Or 50 gigs of, like, known good files to have a good test set. But anyways, okay, so knowing what I added. Oh, shit. If I go back to here, ooh, where did I get that? It's here. Yeah, I have this in one of my rules online. I actually typically don't do it that way, to be clear. But that's fine. And we still have 10 with that. Sweet. What we want to do now. I'm going to throw that in virus total. I think that's a good enough. I'm going to rule set. So here's the rule. We're going to bam. So we just updated that, so it's gonna take a while to run, but I'm fairly confident that it's not gonna be problematic. Never say that. That is really fucking stupid to say. Let's see. But it is better. We've improved. So those aren't numbered properly, and you can ignore that for now. Let me try to... We're gonna try something clever. It might not be clever. So we could do... We do a bracket, and this thing, and all of thingy quote VTR star or 20 of string. Well, that didn't change fucking anything, did it? Was it? Who are you? Oh yeah, okay. You know where. I was like, is he from SimSpace? Fucking creeping on me? No. That didn't help. So I'm gonna go back. No, I figured out. Yeah, you said nomad, and I keep forgetting because I'm a goddamn potato. But I think this is good. We're gonna let it ride in the rule set there, and I can come back to this tomorrow. Or, you know, whenever I stream next. I can't guarantee I'll be on tomorrow. I'll do my best. We could go after, like, the droppers, so, like, actually go after their mal documents instead. This is somebody that actually reversed it, and, like, I could do that. But it's like, what is the point? What am I trying to figure out, right? Right now I'm just trying to show people how to write rules with strings. A little bit more basic than opening it with a debugger. Virus total? Oh, VTR, you mean this? Where I had these guys? No, it was to match all of them. And it should match them all if it has it. Let me show you. Downloads test, okay. Maybe it's not all of them. What a fucking liar I am. What? Fuck. I thought. So really, the moral of the story is I'm really fucking stupid. I was looking at the sample that was already different. Cool. So, next, since it is in basically all of them, from that quick spot chat, I'll get to your question in just a minute. I see, I'm just 24, 25, 26, 27. Well, that's a lot. Alright. Sanity check failed. Yeah. I definitely didn't do all of them. It's 30. We'll try 29 of string. I try to like start at the strictest thing and just roll back until it's like, okay, it works. And then I'm like, don't go any more. You know, like fuck that. All right, so this means we've done more. We've improved our rule. How exciting. Hey, really appreciate the help here. It's been fucking great. I love when there's someone in the chat just talking. Whether it's helpful, and in your case, you've been extremely helpful, or even just asking questions. It's good to have somebody like just around, and I'm not just like fucking talking to an empty space of shit. But anyway, so we see that here our WCL. Oh wait, that's test.yar. Fuck. I lied to us, didn't I? Filthy liar. I fucked up. So test.yar works. Ooh. How many is it matching right now? 7. We went back. Some are missing. Some are hitting that are the same. It doesn't look like we added anything that we were missing, I don't think. So really, it's just too strict. Let's try 28. Oh, fuck you too, computer. Just like, no, fuck you, I don't want to match. I don't believe in matching. Because this one matches it all, and that's the test rule. Oh god. It matches one of the debug files. Cool. I got rid of 19, right? I think so. Established contest, release context, access started event, release started event, reconnect, disconnect, being transmitted, end transmission, status, transmit, control. SD card greater than 8. I could try that. I'm just gonna go down a little bit. Let's just try something extreme here. Let's go to 20. This should work still. All I did was add strings. So in theory, that should still match against 10, and it does. So let's go to 25 here. Wow. It's exactly... So... So am I right? There is no S cards in some of these. Let's try to find that one bin. Where's it at? I think I have it open. Oh. Hold on, I see your messages. Just give me a second. Yep, it's not in some of them. I thought it wasn't. I was right on my initial assumption. I said not all of them did. And I was like, oh, maybe they do. Because, like, 7 of them do. And I was like, nope, I'm fucking stupid. This is why I went down that path before, and I was like, no, it's not there. My brain is... Alright, I'm saving that. Fuck it. Rule sets. Save and close. Only when you do like a hex string, you're like S card, and you're like, oh. But when you do a text, I believe it's not case sensitive. I could be wrong. As opposed to it should be in here. So let's do that text and hit all, and you'll see it everywhere. But that is where you could do a rule where it's like, or all of these, or we find the other samples of like, what's fucking different? Why don't some of them have S card? And that's where fucking reversing would actually be helpful. So here are my notes. Wait, do I have? All right. Paper. Ha. Yeah, it does appear without caps, which is super weird. Oh, it's discarded, that's why. If we look at one, I think some of this is packed. I could be fucking wrong, but it kind of looks packed to me. And that could be why we're not matching on them, which would be acceptable because it's packed. I might actually want those S card stuff. It might just be like when it's unpacked. And we could find like the values of what it is packed, so depends on how they're packing it though, if it changes a ton. Oh, you think plus is an interesting format like this shit? There's some stuff that's readable though, and that's what's weird is I feel like that doesn't happen in samples that are packed. That's why I'm confused. In Golang, at least, to subvert scanning. You can pre-pack a byte array, put that in the source to write out later. Odd though. Yeah. It's really just because I'm too lazy to like reverse this malware. I'm trying to do it just on strings. Trying to be like, hey, this is an easy way. You can get into malware analysis. All you gotta do is like read files a lot and look at strings all the time, which is true, but like there is another level of like if I really gotta figure this shit out, it does help to know reverse engineering. Yeah. It'd be interesting to like explode this sample and see. Meh. So Yara and I don't know what I'm doing. It's likely Brad uploaded it to Malware Buzzer and they ran it through Cape Sandbox. Yep, looks like he's right. They just detonated it. And like, I'm not necessarily. So, like, that's important to know. So, if it's packed, I'm not really trying to write a rule for it. That's important. Um, so, I'm actually gonna do. Like 28 of string, boom, boom. There should be 7, right? So, I mean, 3 of these samples are packed, which is fun. I just blow up a sandbox. I could debug through it. Actually, that's a great next stream. Next stream, I'm gonna go through how to unpack this. I don't want to fumble through it right now because, like, I could detonate it in my sandbox. If the C2 server is not alive, there might be a reason it doesn't execute to be unpacked fully in memory, and I might need to actually do some reversing, which I'm very slow at, and I'm not going to talk at all because I'm too busy thinking. So I'm going to do a little bit of preparation before in the next stream that I cover that, but that will be the next stream that I have where I go through on how to unpack samples, because it's very important. Obviously here we can see that we have some samples that are packed, and I'm writing rules that try to detect the unpacked sample, which we've now successfully done, I think. We have a decent rule. It probably needs some tuning, but at this point, I feel alright with it. Still surprised so many people use Cape Sandbox. I don't recommend it. There's a lot of cross-site scripting vulnerabilities and all of the things that are based on Cuckoo, as they don't check for anything. They don't sanitize their inputs, check any of that shit. Very dangerous. But as is pretty much any malware sandbox you can find, in terms of like the ones that are based on Cuckoo, they're all very buggy and vulnerable to lots of things, and coded poorly. Where's the... So that was number... What's the sample number on that? That's 1. I'm like, boom, boom, boom. That's interesting. Alright. So... Yeah, there's actually a thing in there. If I can... I searched for text, it would have found it. So what is that? It's not hex though, right? No? Where's it pulling that from then? The string file info, it has this number. It pulls it out as a string. I don't understand. That sample. Oh, it's Unicode. I'm fucking stupid. Solves that. How many of those are in there, though? Is it really in every fucking... think this is gonna work. No? Oh, it's a wide. Right? Yeah. Okay. It's weird that that shows up in everything. Super weird. Actually, we're getting a lot closer to a good rule, I think. Again, it's somebody that's written a lot of YAR rules. It's more about testing them, and just trying. You know, I've seen a lot of stuff, but it doesn't mean I have the best way to write rules or anything. Just a lot of trial and error and testing. But I'm good with this. This is a pretty concrete rule. If I were to go like... So, where's that? How do I disable this flag? Error. Scanning. Can't open. I remember there's a flag or something. Disable these messages, and I don't fucking care. I was hoping it'd be easier to Google this. Come on. Come on, give me the stupid. Just want to know. Is it really just the two null thing? I'm fucking stupid. Oh, is this because it's in fucking... Yeah, it's only on command prompt, apparently. That's cool. Is that... I'm just like scanning the whole process, and I don't think it's gonna find anything, but I figured it's worth a try. Yeah. Oh, that really got mad. Alright. Come on, website. Stop being stupid. Oh, what is going on? Alright.
You asked me to come say goodbye.
Damn it.
Sayonara.
No. Go away. Never. Oh. Wait. Is it? Oh, that's just being stupid. Alright. So, go here. Like, upload. Actually, search. It's actually not. Why did I upload one of my own samples and call it something else? That's fucking stupid. That's not for malware traffic analysis. I'm pretty sure I was the creator of that. Could be wrong. I'm not. Okay. Go away, Windows. Nobody wants you to do what you're trying to do right now. This file has already been uploaded. Well, fuck you. What's the hash of it then?
You asked me to come say goodbye.
Ah, it's finally matching some shit. Cool. That does suppress it, right? Nice.
Sayonara.
Thank you for following, Ducky042. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the V3 Club. 75 some. 2020. Oh, one bin. Ah. Alright. Are you actually trying to do something, Windows? Stop it. Fucking stop it. Dude, how are you still fucking on? How many times do I gotta disable you? Scan options. No, I want you to never scan my fucking computer. I thought I disabled this shit. What? Yo, I don't want you to fucking do anything. That's what. Turn off. Allowed threats. Fucking all of them. God damn it. I don't feel like fucking with those things. Stupid shit. Alright. I know I uploaded that damn file. I really need an end fucking page here. This is stupid. Wait. What? That's not the fucking URL. What? Okay, I was gonna say. Stop being stupid. Didn't you just say you were already uploaded and then got mad about it, you dumbass computer? I'm fairly confident in that. You. It's already been fucking uploaded. What? 10's one of the ones I think that wasn't hitting either. But it hasn't. What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, well my website's being a turd. That's not helpful. I mean, you should still reprocess it. Maybe it isn't processing. Oh, good. What'd I do? Apparently fucking something. I pulled out my sample. Good job. Good job. You're not doing anything right now, though, are you? Oh, did I download the samples on here and submit them? It's possible. My God. Alright. Well, this is probably a decent spot. I'm not like super happy with this stream. It's not that informative. We got a little bit of work done. It's probably worth to post to YouTube just as like a thing to have more content. But otherwise, like, I really need to do these streams better. But I can show you real quick on how to run a YAR rule here. In my website here, so we can just paste this in here, do a ICE ID rule. Sure, I don't care if everybody has access. I'll create that. YAR rule has been created. Okay. But there's no matches yet because it hasn't run. When you click save, it runs. Yeah, now it's running. Yeah, there's like something. I think you know what it is. I think Cougar's pissed off. Yeah, that's gotta be what it is. Yeah, I'll fix that off the stream. That's not worth it right now. I'm probably boring everyone to death. I apologize for that. Cloudbot, we're gonna turn you off. Because Streamlabs is stupid. Alright. Cool. Cloudbot gonna cloud, man. It's gonna clown. I hate how it doesn't show the goddamn URL bar. Fuck is that? Come on. You're not telling me you don't match on fucking anything. Fucking drunk ass computer. It is more like Clownbot, that's for sure. God damn it. Fuck you. It's fucking stupid. Who's this shitty developer? Yeah, that's me. Reboot. Yes. Piece of shit firewall. You know shit. Change to a down state. I'm shocked. Yes, the next stream will be on unpacking, I think. That's pretty helpful for people. Does anyone have any other questions? Concerns? I know it wasn't the best stream, but we can always answer questions. Yeah, it's mostly just that it's like off the cuff and not like super planned, right? Where like a lot of this stuff I would have to like have a script, go through it and not do it live, or do it live under very like prepared circumstances. Because it's like a lot of trial and error and messing around, which is good for like questions and generating conversation, not necessarily great for like learning if you've never done it before. If you kind of understand some of the things going on, you can follow along and it's interesting, but it's not necessarily like teaching you a lot. Maybe it's something you haven't seen before in a new context, but I'm probably not actually teaching anyone much, other than just some experience of watching, right? Yeah, for sure. I definitely want to improve it. I've been trying to get better at the format, how I prepare, because that's one of the things is like I'm trying not to prepare too much time where like I spend 2 or 3 hours for a fucking stream that lasts 2 or 3 hours, and it's like I don't have time for that. Not a bit. So it's a battle. We'll get better though. I just gotta figure out why it's not like the site isn't processing samples. Not that it's not that important right now, but it's gonna bug me. It's like it just shit itself. But, I don't know. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Next time we'll come back, we'll go over that rule a little bit, we'll find some new samples, and we'll definitely unpack some malware samples. So make sure to hit that follow button if you did enjoy. If you got Twitch Prime, feel free to connect it with Twitch and give me money for free with Twitch Prime. And you can sub to me for free. Or you can sub to me. Or you can go to my Patreon and pay me more money. Or you can follow. That's also helpful in supporting. Anything is appreciated. As always, my name is Wyatt, and until next time, have a good one.